Another raw video for today as I'm working on something else, wearing the red sweatshirt. But there's a big Xbox Ubisoft story that you might have heard of. If you haven't, I'm glad to present it to you in as much of an unbiased way as I can. But I just want to get out of the way. This is a very interesting story to me. And I don't like to flame the console wars, but there is something kind of significant about this that I do think it's worth mentioning. And therefore, we have a video today. Ubisoft has announced that Ubisoft Plus is coming to Xbox sometime soon. And that is their subscription service. If you don't know what that is, it's their EA Play, it's their Disney Plus, and that's just a service that you can get Ubisoft games day one, just like Xbox and Bethesda stuff. And it's coming to Xbox, which I was like, oh, okay. And then they also announced this with Rainbow Six Extraction, their new Rainbow Six game, launching day one on Game Pass. That is not the reason this video is being made, but I do think those are two significant announcements. The Rainbow Six Extraction game, that's a big deal. That's another, was it Outriders from Square Enix last year? PlayStation's very own MLB The Show. That came to Xbox also, like as a PlayStation exclusive, it came to Xbox day one on Game Pass. And this is kind of that next big, outside of Xbox feat, being something from Ubisoft, Rainbow Six Extraction. And they're claiming, this was, be like, hey, you can experience great things through services, so we'll let you try this out through Game Pass. And by the way, if you like getting that day one, you could try out our Ubisoft subscription. And that's what they're claiming was the reason behind this. They said they'll have more to share about, like, Ubisoft Plus coming to Xbox platform soon, but there's a reason why I'm making this video. It's not to talk about, oh, Ubisoft Plus is coming to Game Pass, even though I will briefly mention it. That would be a phenomenally crazy of an idea. There's just no way in hell that's going to happen. It's possible, yes, but that would be mind-blowing. The thing that I want to mostly mention is this. Ubisoft Plus, I looked into this a bit, and it's coming to Xbox, right? This was a service that was previously only available on PC and through cloud streaming services like Luna and Stadia. And that, to me, is a really significant note. Why? Because it's coming to Xbox, to which I thought, okay, that's whatever, like, cool for them, they're coming to Xbox. I'm surprised they weren't there previously. But then I see they were never on PlayStation before. I am not trying to trigger any console war bullshit, even though competition is healthy as long as you don't let it get out of hand with your comments, but I find that really interesting. PlayStation knocked it out of the park with the PlayStation 4. It sold, I think, over 100 million or something like that, or maybe way more, I don't know, but certainly sold way more than Xbox did. And now, who knows, maybe tomorrow this will be irrelevant of a video, but for now, Ubisoft, as I'm recording this, Ubisoft Plus is not coming to PlayStation. And they're announcing this first with Xbox, and they're also saying we're going to have our next big Ubisoft game come out through Game Pass. And I find that incredibly interesting, because you already see Xbox, they first made a move with EA Play. If you get Game Pass Ultimate, then you can also get your EA Play subscription included, which is monumental alone. Because, like, okay, they're not doing day and date releases, but you're still able to play stuff like the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I'm surprised to say that's going to be on Game Pass, like, within the next month, I think. And same goes for It Takes Two, the game of the year. You got to play that like 7 months after release. And then, of course, the biggest news story of the generation, in my opinion, being Xbox and Bethesda. Being, well, I should say acquisition-wise, the biggest story. Xbox literally acquiring a publisher, not a developer, a publisher with 7 or 8 developers underneath them. And now you're going to get every Bethesda game day one on Game Pass. And would the potential of Ubisoft being a part of this be a thing? Yeah, sure. That would be insane to have the 4 publishers under there. But the big note I want to point out is that all these things are happening for Xbox right now. And you might be saying, oh, it's because they're just pulling out big fat checks or whatever. I don't believe that. Why would Square Enix be super, let's try Outriders through Game Pass? Why would even, it's not necessarily a PlayStation property. It's in combination with MLB and PlayStation. But why would a property that is a first party thing of theirs go to Game Pass? And why would Ubisoft be announcing the Rainbow Six Extraction game coming to Game Pass? And this is not a Game Pass video. This is about Ubisoft Plus coming to Xbox first, instead of PlayStation, who probably has way more consoles out there, but for some reason it's going to Xbox first. I find that so interesting. And yes, the potential of it doing an EA Play, sure. I don't think in a million years that would happen. That's too monumental of a thing. No freaking way. They've got plenty. Now that they have Bethesda and stuff, just let them build up what they got. And I'm more intrigued about this service that Ubisoft has. They are not coming to both Xbox and PlayStation, again, as I'm recording this, but they are announcing they are coming to Xbox first, and they're going to have their next game launched through its service. And that tells me something, man. That just tells me something is working. Xbox is doing something to make these publishers rally behind them. Yes, there was the acquisition that Bethesda, they accepted $7.5 billion. Maybe there's some business deal with EA to make that work. There's for sure money things involved, but these publishers, they have to have other reasons as well to be hopping on this service and this platform that doesn't have as many players as PlayStation, but maybe it does because, it's through PC, cloud gaming, and console. I don't know. I'm just super curious, though, on the plan, and I'm really curious about your constructive comments. I don't want to flag no wars or anything. Competition can be healthy if you have healthy comments about it, but as long as there's competition, we get better stuff. The consumers get better stuff, and to me, this says something. But let me know what you think about it in the comments. I just thought it was a really interesting thing to comment off of. Don't forget to be geek, be proud, be awesome.